We will start our practice in a seated position. Finding a comfortable seated position, bring the hands to heart center. We'll take 3 deep cleansing breaths together. Release your current breath. Take a deep inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. One more. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And then release the hands to the mat. We'll take some side stretches here. Inhale the right arm, exhale, stretch into the left. Inhale, raise the right arm back up, exhale, release. Inhale the left arm, exhale, stretch to the right. Inhale, raise the arm and exhale, release. Do a couple of neck rolls each way. Rolling one way and then the other. And then make your way into your tabletop position. Onto all fours. Stack the knees under the hips and the wrists under the shoulders. Let's come into some cat-cow positions here. Inhale, arch in the back, looking forwards. Exhale, round in the back, chin to chest. Inhale, arch in the back. Exhale, draw the tailbone down and then chin to the chest. Continue in these movements at your own breathing rate. Inhale as you arch the back, and exhale as you round the back, draw the chin to the chest. Come back to tabletop. Tuck the toes, push up into your downward facing dog. You can start to walk out your dog here, bending one knee and then the other, loosening up the hamstrings. And then come into stillness. And bend the knees, looking between the hands. Walk forward to your forward fold at the top of the mat. Slowly start to roll up the spine with the head coming up last into your Tadasana, your mountain pose. From Tadasana, inhale, raising the arms up overhead, and exhale, folding forward, swing the arms behind. Inhale, raising the arms up, upward hands. Exhale, forward fold, swing the arms. Inhale, upward hands, come into a slight back bend. Exhale, forward fold, one more. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step your right foot back, drop the knee, come to your low lunge. Have the fingertips either touching the mat, or you can clasp the hands and bring the hands onto the thigh close to the knee. Take a breath. As you exhale, plant the hands by the foot, step back to your plank position. Take an inhale in your plank. And exhale, drop the knees, chin, chest to the mat. Inhale, scoop through to your cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes, push back, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the left foot through, drop the back knee, come back to your low lunge. Inhale, Inhale, plant the hands, step forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching the arms overhead into a slight back bend. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Other side. Step the left foot back, drop the back knee. Low lunge on this side. Exhale, planting the hands by the foot. Step back to your plank. Take an inhale here. Exhale, drop the knees, chin, chest to the mat. Inhale into your cobra. And exhale to your downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward. Come to your low lunge. Exhale, planting the hands, step forward to your forward fold. Inhale, reaching the arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's go for another round. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back, drop the back knee. Come to your low lunge. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to your plank, take an inhale in plank. Exhale, drop the knees, chin, chest to the mat. Inhale to your cobra. And exhale to your downward facing dog. Take a breath in downward dog. Step your left foot forward, drop the back knee, come back to your low lunge. Come to a twist here, bring the right hand onto the mat, reach the left fingertips up, looking to the left fingertips. Exhale, plant the left hand, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, reaching the arms overhead. And exhale, fold back down, Uttanasana. Inhale, step the left foot back, drop the knee, low lunge. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Take an inhale in plank. Exhale, drop the knees, chin, chest to the mat. Inhale into your cobra. And exhale to your downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward, come back to low lunge, come into the twist here with the left hand to the mat, reach the right fingertips up, look into the fingertips. Exhale, release the hand, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, reaching the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a breath here. Now let's step the right leg back, come to our warrior two position. So bring the back toes out to 90 degrees, front toes facing forward. Bend the front knees so it's stacked over the ankle and reach the arms to shoulder height. Check that the arms are level and then look towards your left fingertips. Draw the navel into the spine here, keep the legs strong. Inhale, flip the front palm, come up and over to your reverse warrior, bringing your back hand to your shin or your thigh. Look up to your top arm. After a breath, release, come back to your warrior two. And exhale to your side angle pose, bringing the elbow to the knee. Reaching your top arm over, pointing the fingers to the top of the mat, palm face down. Look up to the top arm. Maybe extending the lower arm, bringing the fingertips to touch the mat. If that's too hard, keep the elbow bent, resting on the thigh. Inhale back to your warrior two, straighten through your front leg. Extend through the left fingertips as far forward as possible. Exhale, release the hand to the shin or the ankle. Look up to the top fingertips, Trikonasana. Taking a breath here. And then inhale back to your warrior two, bend through that front knee. Exhale, windmill the arms to your lunge, step back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, drop the knees, chest, chin. Inhale to your cobra. And exhale to your downward facing dog. Take a breath in downward dog, drawing the heels to the earth, lifting the hips up to the sky. Make sure the fingers are spread. Slowly walking your hands back to your feet. Come to forward fold at the bottom of your mat. Inhale, raising the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Okay, turn around so you're facing away from your mat. And let's repeat the sequence on the other side. Step in the left leg out. Come to your warrior two on this side. So the back foot comes to 90 degrees. Front toes facing forward. Make sure the arms are level. Look to your right fingertips. Front knee stacked over the ankle. Back leg is straight. Inhale, flip the front palm. Come up and over. Reverse warrior. Looking up to the top arm. Take a breath here, keeping that front knee bent, stacked over the ankle. And then inhale, come back to warrior two. Exhale to your side angle pose, bringing the elbow to the knee, to the thigh. Reaching the top arm over, fingertips facing the front of the mat. Draw the palm down. Maybe extending the bottom arm, reaching the fingertips towards the block or the mat. Otherwise, staying where you are. Inhale, back to your warrior two. Straighten through the front leg. Let's come to Trikonasana. Inhale, extending through the right fingertips, and exhale, hinging forward. Triangle pose, looking up to the top fingers. Inhale, come back to your warrior two. Exhale, windmill the arms. Step back to your plank. Take an inhale in your plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. And then exhale to your downward facing dog. Keep breathing here in downward dog. And then drop the knees and take a child's pose, releasing the forearms and the forehead to the mat. Connect back to your breathing. From child's pose, make your way back to downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look in between the hands, step forward to your halfway lift. Bring the fingertips to the mat or to the shins. Exhale to your forward fold. Inhale, reaching the arms overhead, come to your chair pose. So keep your hips low, keep the knees bent, keep reaching the fingertips up. Exhale, straighten through the legs, release the hands to the side, Tadasana. From your Tadasana, step the right leg back. Inhale into your high lunge, reaching the arms overhead. Front knees stacked over the ankle. Bring your hands together or to pistol hands. Come into your back bend as you inhale. And then exhale. Release the hands to the mat. Folding forward. Try to straighten through your left leg. Coming into your pyramid pose. Bend through the front knees. Step forward to your forward fold. Inhale, raising the arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's come into our tree pose here. Standing in Tadasana, bring the weight into your right leg. Bring the left foot to either your ankle, the inside of your shin, or maybe the inside of your thigh. Make sure the knee is pointing out to the side. Make sure your hips are facing forward, core is engaged. Bring your hands to heart center. Find your drishti, your point of focus, something that isn't moving. If you have your balance, reaching your arms up and then growing your branches out to the side. Keep the core engaged, keep the standing legs strong, stay focused. Well done. Slowly bringing the hands together through the heart center and then releasing the leg. Give the legs a shake after that. Come back to Tadasana, step the left leg back, come into high lunge on this side. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Hands together, pistol hands, come to your back bend here. And exhale, folding forwards. Straighten through that front leg to your pyramid pose. Bend through the front knee, step forward. Inhale, reaching the arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's take tree pose on the other side now. In Tadasana, bring the weights into your left foot. Bring your right foot to wherever you're going, the ankle, the shin, or the thigh. Knee out to the side, hips facing forward. Engage the core, draw the navel into the spine, hands to heart center. Find your drishti, your focus point. Find your balance here. And then start to extend the arms overhead, opening the arms out. Keep your gaze on that one point ahead of you. And then bringing the hands back together, hands to heart center. Release the leg and shake out. Well done. Come back to Tadasana at the top of your mat. Inhale, reaching the arms up. And exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, plant the hands, step back to your plank position. And exhale, drop the knees, chest, chin to the mat. Inhale to your cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the right leg to the sky. Exhale, opening the hip here if you'd like. Bend the knee, bring the foot towards the buttocks, stretching that right hip open. Inhale, reach the leg up. Exhale, step the foot in between the hands to your lunge position. Now let's come into our lizard pose. So walk the foot out to the side of the mat, to the right side. So it's to the outside of your right hand. Now for lizard pose, there's a few options you can take here. You can keep the knee on the ground and keep the hands pushing into the mat. If you want to work more into the legs, lift the knee. If it's too much on the legs, you can release the knee back onto the mat. And if you're not feeling too much in the hips, try to bring your left forearm onto the mat and then maybe even the right forearm. Now this is pretty intense for most people, so if it's too intense, come back onto the hands. And wherever you are, option to have the knee on or off the mat. Take a few more breaths here. Coming back onto your hands, tuck the back toe, lift the knee, and push back to your downward facing dog. Take any movements you need here to wiggle out the hips, and bend the knees. And let's come to the other side. Inhale the left leg to your three-legged dog and exhale, open in the hip. Bend in the leg, bring the foot to the buttocks. Inhale, stretch the leg up. Exhale, step through. Plant the foot in between the hands, drop the back knee, and then walk the foot out to the left side of the mat, to the outside of the left hand. And choose your variation here, so stay in on the hands, or come in onto the forearms, and then having the knee either on or off the mat. Notice any difference in this side of this hips. Sometimes we have one hip that's more open than the other, so we might have to adjust the variation from side to side. Take a few more breaths here in your lizard pose. And then make your way back to your downward facing dog. Again, do any movements you need to, wiggle out the hips, bend the knees. And then when you're ready, sit on your heels. Take a breath here, let the hips resettle to their natural state. And now make your way laying on your front, so bring your belly onto your mat. I'm coming to a couple of back bends here. Release the hands by the side. We'll start with our half locust pose, so you can have the hands either by the sides, palms facing each other, or you can clasp the hands behind you. As you inhale, push the hip bones into the mat, lift the chest, lift the shoulders. Take an exhale here, maintain, and take one more breath. As you inhale, see if you can come a little higher. And then exhale, release, bring your right cheek to the mat. And you can take another half locust pose here if you like, or you can take the full locust pose, where as you lift the chest and the shoulders, you also lift the feet and maybe even the knees. So pushing into those hip bones, inhale, lifting the chest, the shoulders, the feet. And exhale, slowly release. Bring the left cheek to the mat. And let's go for one more round here. You can take the same version as last time, or maybe bring the hands out to the side into aeroplane mode. Inhale, lift the chest, the shoulders, the feet, the knees. And exhale, release back onto the mat. Stack the hands and rest your forehead. And then push back, come to your child's pose here. Let the forearms and the forehead relax to the mat. Take a few breaths here in your child's pose, letting the back settle after those back bends. Slowly make your way back to your seated posture. Bring the legs out in front of you. Come to your dandasana, stretching the legs out. Ground the sitting bones into the mat. Make sure the spine is straight, and we'll come into our seated spinal twists here. So bend in the right knee, draw the foot towards you, and then bring the foot to the outside of the left thigh. Bring the right hands behind you, fingertips to touch the mat. Inhale, lift the left arm up to the sky, and exhale, twist to the right, hooking the elbow on the knee. You can inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Bring your gaze to your back shoulder. Take a couple more breaths here. Keep the spine straight. Slowly release, turn the torso back to center, and then bring your right sole of the foot to the left thigh, coming into our Janusharasana, forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold in from the hips. Release the hands to wherever they come to. Let your head and your neck relax here in this forward fold. Lengthening your breath here. Slowly roll up the spine and stretch the legs out in front of you. Give them a shake if you need. Now let's take the twist on the other side. So bend in the left knee, draw the foot towards you, and then place the foot to the outside of the right thigh. Bring the left fingertips behind you, touching the mat. Inhale the right arm, and exhale, twist into the left, hooking the elbow to the thigh, into the knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist a little deeper, look to your back shoulder. Slowly release the hands, turn the torso back to center, and then bring your left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Inhale, raising the arms, and exhale, folding forward in our Janusharasana, our one-legged forward fold. Keep breathing here. Keep your head and your neck relaxed here. If you need a slight micro bend in your right leg, you can do so. Otherwise, try to keep the legs straight. Slowly roll up the spine, and then draw your right foot in so the soles of the feet come together in our butterfly pose. Clasping on to the feet, And then start to flap your butterfly wings here, lifting the knees up and down, feeling your hips loosen up here. Come to stillness, take an inhale and exhale, fold from the hips. Bring the hands and maybe even the forearms to rest on the mat and let your head and your neck relax here. And breathe deeply in this forward fold. Slowly walk the hands back into the body, raising the spine back up, lifting the head. And then stretch the legs out in front of you, give them a shake if you need. And then let's come to our half boat pose. Bend the knees and bring your hands into the back of your thighs, lift the legs up, the knees bent, and release the hands facing each other alongside the legs. Let's do some toe taps here, so make sure the core is engaged. Tap one foot to the mat, inhale, lift it up. Exhale, tap the other foot. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, tap. Continue this movement here. Keep drawing the navel into the spine. Keep pointing the toes away from you. Come back to stillness and then slowly straighten through the legs as you lower down slowly to the mat, releasing the whole of the body onto the mat. Feel the muscles relax here. Now let's come into our bridge pose here, a back bend. So bend the knees and walk the feet towards your body so you can touch the heels with your fingertips. Inhale, push into your feet to lift the hips up towards the sky. And you can clasp the hands underneath you and walk the shoulder blades closer together underneath you. Inhale, lifting the hips a little higher. And exhale, maintain here. And take one more breath. Inhale. And then exhale, release the hands, slowly lowering yourself back onto the mat. Bring the feet out to mat width and knock the knees together. Let's do some windscreen wipers, dropping the knees to one side and then to the other. Releasing any tension that may have built up in the back. From here, let's come to our reclined figure 4 position. So bring the knees back to center and then lift the right foot, place the right ankle over the left thigh, clasp behind the left thigh and start to draw that thigh towards you. Keep the right foot flexed here so those toes are engaged. Keep drawing the left thigh towards you. And then release the left foot, followed by the right. Let's come to the other side. So placing the left ankle on the right thigh, clasp behind the right thigh, draw that right thigh towards you. Keeping the left foot flexed. And then release the right foot, followed by the left, and hug the knees into the chest here, squeezing them in. You can rock gently side to side if you like. We'll finish our practice with our reclined twist. So bring the arms out to the side at shoulder height and drop the knees to the right. Turn your gaze to your left fingertips. Make sure both of your shoulders are in contact with the mat here. Take a few breaths here. And close down the eyes if you like. Breathe in deeply. And then slowly draw the knees up to center and then drop the knees to the other side. Turn to look to your right fingertips. Make sure both shoulders stay in contact with the mat. And then closing down the eyes if you like. Coming back to your breath. Slowly draw the knees back up to center and hug the knees to your chest once more. And then release one leg along the mat, followed by the other, coming into your shavasana, your final resting pose. So make any adjustments you need here to make yourself more comfy. You can have the arms resting by the side, palms facing up, or you can rest the hands on the belly. Close down the eyes, feel the whole of your body in contact with the mat. And start to bring your awareness to your breathing here, becoming aware of the inhale and the exhale. And feeling the movement in your belly as you breathe. So feel the belly rise on the inhale and feel the belly fall on the exhale. And try to maintain your awareness on this movement as you lay here in your shavasana. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, bringing some movement back into the body. You can stretch your feet away from you and stretch your arms overhead, taking a full body stretch. And then hugging the knees into the chest and roll onto your right side. Slowly make your way back up to a seated position, keeping your eyes closed here. Finding a comfortable seated position. And bring your hands to your heart center. Take a few more moments focusing on your breath, the inhale and the exhale. And scan through your body. Notice how your body is feeling. Notice any areas of tension. Any areas that maybe feel better now after this practice than they did before. check in with your mind. Notice how your mind is feeling. Observe any feelings or thoughts that come up. Thank you very much for joining me. Namaste.